electric vehicle will really change the entire game. Number of components will reduce. Many of the manufacturers, actually SME sector manufacturers who are supplying components to auto sector, they have to find out the other way. Lighter vehicles will come. Even those components, they should be able to make it at much using very high-end technology so that the entire vehicle will be strong at the same time, very light. Now we have to possibly look into one particular country who have done exceedingly well in manufacturing. And this is the role model for the rest of the world. That is Germany. Mid-sized companies in Germany, they are defined that they should have less than $5 billion turnover. In whichever sector they are, they have to be amongst top 3 in the world in terms of the product they produce, the quality and durability. It must be export-oriented. 50% or more revenues must come from export. SMEs are not conglomerates. What happens in our situation, let us say, like Sri Leather, it is only concentrating only on one product, that is actually shoes. That is, such things are actually very rare in our such things. Most of our SMEs, to drive their growth, what they do, they actually touch their hand on so many products, but nowhere they are able to make a sort of justice. But Germany believes that they will concentrate only 1 or 2 products and where they will excel. Our SMEs also have to face this type of situation. Otherwise, what do they do? Since they focus only 1 or 2 products, their market size reduces, domestic market size. So then their strategy is that you compensate this by going global. Focus and globalization are unique to German SMEs. This is one thing which you may have to learn. Close to 50% of world's leading SMEs are in Germany. And Germany has a population of 1%. 25% of GDP is from manufacturing, compared to 10% in USA. USA is more service-oriented economy. India's contribution is about 15%, and majority are from micro industries, handicraft, gems, and jewelry. Nothing much actually from the engineering sector. German SMEs are not on the top of the world and backbone of German economy. 95% of companies belong to SME category in Germany. 58% of SMEs with employees less than 50 export. Many SMEs have less than even 10 employees. Export accounts for more than 50% of manufacturing. Competitiveness of Germany SMEs is next to USA. German SMEs have quality leadership. And why they are really so good? Because they have the quality leadership. German SMEs have delivery time and service leadership. They always actually ensure that the excellent service is provided and delivery time is also excellent. From cost competitiveness, Brazil and China rank higher than Germany, but very poor in quality. So they are dominating the manufacturing scene, mostly in the low quality mass consumption items. And it is becoming difficult for others to compete with them. India's competitiveness is very low from all points of view. Our, so-called cost is not really that low compared to others. Take, for example, Bangladesh. Bangladesh almost has actually taken over India on, say, textile, because they are more competitive, technology-wise better. So most of the ready-made garments that you find abroad or here, they are in fact made in Bangladesh. Why Germany is actually successful? First is, most of these actually SMEs are family owned. And this family, they have got very strong commitment to quality and to excel. They are committed to be number one or number two globally in their product segment. They do not develop product that will lose their technology edge. Technologically, they have to be very, very superior. Now, if you look into the reasons for success of German SMEs, they follow the following 6 strategies. 1, adapt to the need of the clients. Therefore, even if they go globally, they do modifications to their product so that the local needs also could be met. Have the principle of leaving the country. By the competition, they do not actually permit competition, but they do buy competitors and absorb with them. Occupy niche market, only go into those areas where you can have a niche market. Develop new technologies, and they invest, SMEs in fact invest up to 12% of their sales in research and development, so that continuous improvement is actually possible and you can beat the competition. And they continuously work on innovation. One more thing, which has got a lot of actually relevance. We said that we do not get technically qualified people, but how do they really address this issue? Unlike India or even US, SMEs fund education of their employees. Companies spend money on vocational education. System of paid and unpaid internship is used to help employees to learn on the job and perfect skill. And once the employee skill is perfected, then only is hired by the company. I may just share with you, once I was in Karlsruhe. In Karlsruhe, around Karlsruhe, there are so many SMEs. What they have done, they have actually started a sort of education program, and what they do is the employee there, 6 months actually they work in their, factory, and 6 months actually they go through the courses. And in the process actually, when their skill is perfect, they are given the degree. Not necessarily that they are actually, they will give so much of mark in physics, chemistry, engineering, drawing and things of that sort. No. So if that sort of thing is done, and in that institute, there were 15,000 students. This is the type of thing which they have. SMEs create 1.5 million jobs per year, and the skilled employees file 5 times more patents than their counterparts in USA. So, one more thing, government actually gives a different type of things. SMEs have reasonable tax rates. They are not heavily taxed. It is only the individuals and big companies, they are taxed heavily. The purpose is actually, if there is tax break, they will generate actually enough of, surplus to innovate, to expand their business. Policy also promotes inclusive growth. Germany is only one country where the industries, SMEs are all spread out from small places to actually smaller towns, villages, not exactly concentrated in cities like Calcutta, Bombay, Delhi, and things of that sort. SMEs are not concentrated in urban areas. And many small, mid-sized companies are distributed in rural areas. And what is the, benefit out of it? So, because of this, the pressure on the infrastructure and facilities in the cities actually is less. Okay? Now, they have the spirit of entrepreneurship widespread, less dependent on state for welfare, less pressure on urban areas. These are actually some of the positive things which you find in Germany. And of course, there is focus on innovation and quality. And Fraunhofer institutes play a key role. Here, Mr. Pandey actually was referring that how the education institutions could do. Then Fraunhofer institutions in Germany, they have their presence practically in all the universities. And they work on very specific areas. And the focus of Fraunhofer Institute is actually to get the problems of industries solved, do this innovation. We do not have any such things here. Those CSR laboratories were created with that objective, but over the period, they have converted themselves to university, not to industry problem solving. So what I have really told so far, there is great opportunities, lot of capital investment is coming, employment will go, and we have to really excel in manufacturing. That is the things which is future. Now, to do this, digitization of SMEs can provide competitive edge and enable them to grow up in value chain and take on their foreign counterparts. This is a must. Digitization has to be done. For sectors like automotive, defense, marine, high-end manufacturing requiring precision, speed and flexibility shall need high level of digitization. And the so-called, whether it is defense offset or the capital that we will be attracting from around the world, they will be all in these areas. So we have to, our SMEs have to be really geared to take advantage of this. Digitization helps in producing large number of products in small quantities from the same production line with improved productivity, quality, and lower cost. You don't have to have exclusive lines for many things. And the digitization will help you in doing this. Small batch manufacturing, low inventory, quick response, all these things will be the outcome of, digitization. Now, focus on actually cognitive solution with intelligence into processes from shop floor to customer supply. the smart factory which will emerge will have sub-floor connectivity through IoT. It will use advanced robotics because this is the requirement. And many companies today are also using it. Coordination, control, and optimization will be done through artificial intelligence. Virtual and augmented reality will be really useful in training the worker, in improving their skill, and in doing precision jobs from remote these things. For instance, now I was referring to L&T, a construction company. So they have been actually able to coordinate and control almost 11,000 of their machines spread all over the India as well as abroad remotely. Everything is actually monitored. Every movement is controlled. In this process, almost 15% more machine utilization they have achieved. They have been able to do very difficult tasks, be it actually the Statue of Unity or be it the construction of dam, road in Naxal areas. All these things has been done only through use of technologies. So even mundane things like construction has gone into this level. You have to also use very efficient energy management system. And most important thing, once you go to sophisticated manufacturing in the value chain, and it is not necessary that the sophisticated manufacturing will be done only by big people. Small people actually, they can do it also. And you have to also think of, because the technology will be sophisticated, it will require a lot of interdependence. There will be number of sensors that will be used. Real-time monitoring will be there. You ought to have, you will use really the system, health monitoring system for implementation, which is now being used only by aircraft manufacturers and all these things. But this will also become a thing to improve your productivity, efficiency, and quality. Now you have to also take the advantage they can do. Only thing is SMEs need massive capital infusion and low cost of financing. We have to find out ways that how it will come. Now, many times actually this machine leasing gives that opportunity. You don't have to invest much on procurement of machines because now that thing has become an order of the day. You can take them on lease. For more skilled workforce, innovative ways have to be found out to bridge the demand and supply gap. There is huge gap in these things. For proven digitization through IoT platform, SMEs have to partner with established companies. You don't have to start everything by approach. Companies like Siemens are bringing seamless data integration, process automation to enhance quality and productivity. Even I know Siemens has created many centers in Andhra Pradesh to train people on these things. Digitization across the value chain has to be done. Strategic partnership is important. And you have to find out ways that how you can fund innovation. Turnkey solution will be important to enhance productivity, efficiency, and quality. What the educational institution can do, very important issue. Educational institutions need to change to create a stream where the skill building and learning, while working is done. Everybody need not be really working to get a BTech, MTech and PhD with the, some publication and mark, etc. This is not the thing. Even German has got a different system. Not that everybody actually is, enters into the university and they go for a higher degree. But also what is required for employees of SMEs, technology of simulation, virtual reality and augmented reality to be used to impart training at the workplace. And definitely education institutions are in a position to provide this support, and it should be really taken up. There are many things available also right now. Institutions have to develop TPM through IT, total productive maintenance through IT. It has to be provided to really handle sophisticated equipment and technologies. And this support also could come from the institutions. The existing workforce need to be trained in AI, IoT and digitization. Just Mr. Pandey actually pointed out that in steel sector what could be done. In the other day I had the opportunity of talking to the Union Steel Minister, and what he said that in Kalinganagar, a world-class facility is being created, and that will be, exclusive focus is not on actually on the research or things of that type. Exclusive focus in training the people in latest technologies, and that will be, say, one of its kind in the country, possibly one of the few globally. So that the steel downstream industry, processing industries could get benefited. Only those technologies, those facilities actually will be created there to help the downstream processing industry. So that at least in steel sector, Kalinganagar, which is emerging as a steel hub of the Eastern India, could be the leader. Process improvement, innovation and design improvements have to be done by SMEs. Interns from leading institutions and faculty can help. Here is actually one good thing which the government has done, or the education, technical education authorities have done. They have made internship compulsory for the students. At least about up to 6 months actually they have to work on some live project, on some things. Actually the SMEs can utilize this opportunity to have improvement in their process, to have better design, to produce quality products, and the faculty help will come as a sort of bonus. So this is one thing which can happen. Programs similar to doctor engineering have to be started where focus is on industry problem solving. That is in German model I'm referring to. SMEs can get similar help that Fraunhofer institutes provide in Germany from leading institutions. And now the government is also focusing on the leading institutions.